Hello, 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 and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and tell a friend. Welcome, welcome everyone to the show, and thank you for joining our tribe. To our new subscribers, we love you and hope to see you soon in the live chat or in the comments section. All right, y'all, buckle up. On the docket today, we have 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 6, Episode 13, Modern Romance. This
Okay,
was an
I'm gonna be
interesting
honest.
show.
Okay, I was not happy with the hour and 25 minutes, but I'm not mad at it either right now. I don't know
It
what to
all
do with
came
these
at the
people.
end, though. It all came at the end.
Pretty much. But there's some interesting things. There was two people I didn't think I could dislike anymore, but we'll get to them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a plethora of idiots, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, which one of the idiots you want to start with first?
There's so many. There's so many. Hmm. Okay, you know what? Let's just
Well,
get.
irrelevance. Irrelevance first.
Good lord. I mean, there's so many as well. Let's get rid
Who?
of.
Who?
That's if there's
Sorry,
many
it
of
cut
them.
there. Who did you want to? Who do you want to get rid of first?
Let's get rid of.
Huh?
Let's just get rid of Gino and Jasmine. Or do you want to
Okay,
save them
so
till
before we
last?
start in on Gino, why don't we save them for last? Let's save them for last. No, no, no,
Okay.
no, no. Pick
Okay.
somebody else while I say hi to everybody in the chat.
Sure.
Okay, so hey everybody, welcome, welcome. Hi Sunway, hi Auntie, hi Rodney, hi Erica, welcome, welcome everybody. All right,
Amanda. Let's get her out of the way. Ugh.
waste of space.
Okay. I didn't think I could dislike her anymore. Anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She is terrible. Everything is about her, how she's feeling. And I'm like, I just don't like. I'm like, shut up. Where's your sister at? Can you get your sister on the show? You're annoying. And then, but Razvan, shout out to Razvan for sticking up for himself. And he's like, nah, you're not going to paint me this way. I haven't asked you for anything. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. Because she was trying to paint, this is the second time she's done this. She's trying to paint him out to be like, oh, you're just trying to get to America and get what you want and then leave me. He's like, I didn't ask you for shit. Not a damn thing. He's also,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to do that to me. And then she got real defensive, and then she shut that shit up. I'm like, yeah, get her. And when he said, I'm not even sure I want to be with her anymore. I'm like, keep that thought. Go with that, Razvan. Go with your heart. Leave her. She's got nothing for you.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be funny? Cause I'm Team Razvan. So
Oh, for
wouldn't it be
sure.
funny? Wouldn't it be funny? Um, if okay, say suppose they recruited these two, the heartbroken widow, the wannabe entertainer, and this would be great. But what if we added a twist, said the newest producer who doesn't really know anything? Let's tell her to continue with the standard trope about the foreigner wanting to come to America and use the American to get what they want and then leave them, a la Mohammed and what was her name?
Danielle.
Danielle, season one, right? Let's tell her that and give her instructions based on that trope. Then we tell Razvan, get upset every time she tell you that you want something from her. You want her money, you want her support, you want her pum pum. Anytime she tells you that you want something from her, get upset. Let her know that you got your own tourist visa. Don't tell her we took you down to the consulate, but tell her you went and got it on your own, and you coming over to say hi. What if they worked both ends against the middle, just to see how it would have turn out?
You're so crazy. But the funny thing is, she was a mess when she told him that if you want to be with me, then you can't be acting this way towards me. And he just looked at her like, "Bitch, what the fuck you talking about?" I was
But
like, "Oh,
listen, that came up in my head when they was in the car because you know I love a car scene. She all but threw this man in the trash, telling him that we ain't together, and she in the mirror putting on her makeup as the ice queen that she is. And I could see production telling her to do exactly what she did. And then they're in the car and he don't give two shits about her because he looks done.
oh
And then
yeah."
all of a sudden, her little hand sneaking over, and she's like, "Don't you want me anymore?" Because the production company told her, "Try and see if you could get him back.
Oh yeah, she's
Do it in the
completely done.
car. He can't get in. He can't walk away from you. So see what happened."
Right, because that trip has already been paid for and it's not refundable. But anyway, yeah. So, so he's all like, I don't want to cancel this trip because that would signify that this is over. Like, no, that trip is not refundable and paid for, and y'all need to get to the next scene to get that check. It's completely fine. We understand.
He ain't gonna cancel the trip because he know his mama gonna take his side and he gonna be like, "Mama, get her."
I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about that too. I'm like, you just I'm like, I don't think he's that calculating, but when you mad, things come in your head. I'm like, you gonna keep
Okay.
this trip and let mama come get you.
Is he the only child?
I want
Or
to know.
is he the baby? Or is he the
But
oldest?
we need to
Either
know.
way, it's a scenario for, and his parents are in Croatia, right?
They're going to Croatia, yes.
Okay. They've been fighting for years.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, she see her son come home, and you heard daddy say something in the preview about how we ain't like the last one.
Right.
So they got the hackles up and ready for this one. And oh gosh, she's an American. Um, and she gonna come in with her stupid attitude, like she did to the pool party, which was really a porn set. And I feel mom is gonna be like, "Don't mess with my son."
Oh, he's already filled her. He's already filled mama in, so mama's ready. Mama is sitting on ready. Because if you think that he's not this upset that he ain't gonna run and tell his mama what happened, yeah, okay. Mama's gonna be on ready.
Okay, so she's Auntie thinks that she's selfish.
She is.
Erica says, "I want to know more about this fight that went down off camera. Raz looked traumatized." Yes, because we understand from what he said, she compared him to Jason and said something about, I guess, money,
Yeah.
right? But there's something else that really made him cry that I feel he's covering up for her. We gonna need infrared cameras, production. We gonna need these guinea pigs to be on camera 24/7 so we can see all of the stuff that's going on, all of it. But I agree with you, Erica. I feel like she says something that cut to the quick. I really do. But he's out of some sort of either respect for her or self-preservation for himself that he's not speaking it, hopefully, yet. But I would like to know too. Um, let's see. Good story. Yes, I feel that they had some fresh meat in production who is tinkering with these people, these lab rats, as that Australian guy that I watch, Wilco. He calls Married at First Sight contestants in Australia lab rats. But yeah, I feel like they're messing around with them just to see what would happen. She's giving all the loving now. Yes, but it was so fake. It was so fake in that car. Uh, she seems very needy and very manipulative. And just because you got one man, oh, have you heard the backstory about her?
Not yet. What's going on?
Okay, so allegedly, she met Jason when she was 19. Jason
Right.
already had another either baby mama or marriage with two other kids. And that was what that's the mugshot that Maz Media, I keep forgetting his name. That English dude, that's
Moving
the
Mad.
mugshot. Yes, that he pulled up was a fight with his other baby mama, and then he became estranged from his children from that relationship when he hooked up with her at 19. She's been a manipulator and controlling and self-serving, very selfish from the jump. From the jump.
Makes
Uh,
sense.
uh, uh, uh. Her pum pum is not worth it. No, it ain't, Rodney. Mm-mm. Um, she beat someone with a bat. Yes, yes. She has it in her to get down. Right, but let me tell you, she better don't do it in Croatia.
Yeah, no.
Because I remember when I was working on the Statue of Liberty ferry, we had a chief engineer who was Croatian, and back then they had a civil war in Croatia. He would take like 2 to 4 months off every now and again to head out to Croatia to go and fight with the freedom fighter rebels and come back. Like, we'd be praying he'd come back because he was a really good chief engineer. He was. But let me tell you, he would go and fight in their civil war. Them people know how to fight with anything. She could try to go over there and act the fool, but I think Mama would take her out. I think Mama would take her out.
Oh yeah,
Um,
mama, stay already. Come on, because you see how they stay looking at her, and how the dad was
mhm.
looking at her like the dad was looking at her like say something.
He was, and he was setting it up for her to say something. He really was.
He was.
Oh my God, that's gonna be good next week, though. Yes, Erica, she was love bombing him. Um, the potato. Oh, the potato. My thoughts is the potato. I watch her too. She's fucking hilarious. I love her. Moving Mad. Yes, Sunway.
Mhm.
Thank you. I could always count on y'all to help me remember stuff because today has been a day, and I even forgot to turn on the light. Y'all, bear with me. Allegedly 2 weeks after her husband, she got. Yes, did
Yeah.
you see that timeline on my thoughts? A TikToker did it.
No, I saw it on it was on Instagram, and what it was, they were okay. So they had the screenshots of the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were scrolling, and they pointed out the date of the screenshots. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, ooh. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am.
Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy
So
what this
thought is the
girl has
potato.
done.
So thought is the potato.
My thoughts. It's MY space THOTS. My thoughts. And it's a potato with eyes and a mouth. It looks
Yeah, yeah,
weird,
yeah.
but she's crazy funny.
Yeah. I know these type of channels. Yeah. I'll subscribe to her right now.
She is so cute and so funny. And then there's another one I watch. I think it's called All Things Reality, and it should be a British guy's voiceover over like pictures and video,
Right.
but he has like a much more not professional, because I don't want to say professional because I don't know what his background is, but a much more sober review and analytical response to what we're viewing, whereas my thoughts is just hilarious. um let's see. Somebody says maybe she was looking for a second husband to take care of her and the kids. Yep.
But here's the thing, though. I don't. Let's be honest. Here, my thing is this. I think she was
Mhm.
looking for a rebound, someone to get over her husband. Because my thing, if you're looking for a husband to take care of you and your kids, I'm sorry, you're not going to pick someone who's a 26-year-old influencer trying to be an actor. That does not say stability. I'm sorry.
But she looking for somebody to take care of her because Jason's taking care of her kids. Let's just say a thing is a thing. She was looking for somebody to take care of her. Same way when she met Jason when he was with his other partner. She wanted somebody to take care of her because she never wanted to work.
Mm. I'm go taking care of her. I can see, but if it's for someone who wants to take care of the kids too, nah, you're not picking someone
No,
26.
well, now she's got the kids, they're appendages. So now she has to pretend like she's a really great mom. And that's allegedly. But this is the thinking. And the thing is that I believe, in my opinion, that she was communicating with Razvan before Jason died.
That's a lot of people's opinion from what I've seen on social media.
Because you don't trollops off to meet this man if your husband is still fresh buried, the formaldehyde hasn't worn off. Oh, sorry, forgot,
and,
he was cremated because he's in the box.
and you're already in love.
Exactly, he died in April or something like that, March or April.
March or April.
She is in Europe by the end of summer. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
y'all. Come on, y'all. I don't
All right, let's get off of
know.
these idiots. Well, the
Yeah.
idiot.
Social media will not give you a husband. Oop. We'll be here, Auntie, when you get back. Maybe she wanted to be famous
She
celebrity,
could never.
aka new Angelina Jolie and
She
Brad
could
Pitt.
never. She could never.
I think that's a stretch, Sunway. That's a stretch. Who we gonna do? Do you want to do Riley and Violet?
Yes.
Okay, so Riley and Violet.
I mean, mm. So I was listening to their part where they were in the where he was trying the food.
uh,
They were in the market. Was he? Did she give him durian by chance?
yeah, jackfruit. Mm-hmm.
That's 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 what he said. She said, "No, it's different." And when he was describing it, I'm like, "Oh, she gave you durian. She's so mean for
Well,
that."
all he had to do was like close his nose and eat it. It smells horrendous,
Horrendous, but it tastes good from what I
but
understand.
it does. It tastes good. So it's
That was funny.
but it is a thing for them over there. It
Yes.
is a major fruit for them. His reaction to it was typical. What really offended me was when they went and sat down in the market and he was like, "It stinks. I need some water. I can't sit here." You in a fresh market in a hot climate. It's
Yeah.
going to stink because you know what? They're selling fresh kill. They're selling fruits, vegetables, trinkets, clothes. They got some of everything in there. I
I, see,
think it was
so I heard
immature.
that. Here's the thing. I heard that right, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, have you not been to any kind of markets of any like where I live? Like we have like it's a place where you go and they have like all these butcher shops, all these like they get fresh stuff in play, and so it does smell. It's like whatever. And I've been to like open markets, and I like to
Mm-hmm.
go just to go see what you selling. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you see the fresh chickens hanging up and
Mm-hmm.
the fresh fit. To me, I'm not understanding like how he like the smell. Like, sir, I, you don't seem to like you live in the city. Like you probably have to pass some manure piles. Like, do you not? I don't get it. I just thought it wasn't a thing for me.
And I thought exactly. It's like he doesn't have any exposure to me. And if it did smell, which it probably did, keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
Ask for some water and keep your sweat rag up to your face. You should have put what we used to do in Barbados is something called alcalada glacial, and it's like alcohol but it has a little scent in it, and you use it like when you're having fevers or
mm,
when it's a really hot day and you're down at the bus stand and you're jam packed with people shoulder to shoulder and you're sweating, and you know the natural body perfume starts permeating, and you take out your sweat rag which you put alcalada on and you put it up to your nose and you pat your
yeah.
forehead and you put it back by your nose and then you come down by your neck and you take it back by your nose and then you got it. You do it very, very subtly. But everybody know what you're doing because somebody's or somebody's stink because you're shoulder to shoulder waiting for the next bus. Okay? So again, I just think he's culturally inept. But whatever. Just making Americans look great overseas, Riley. Um, and then what Erica says It's supposed to be an aphrodisiac. He compared it to shit. He's an emotion killer. Ugh. Riley is just so draining at this point. And although Violet is scamming and doesn't really like him, this is why I will always be Team Violet because of behaviors that he displays. She's dead wrong. She's dead wrong. She's lying. She's covering up stuff. She doesn't like Riley. They're not really, she's running out the clock, in my opinion, because he's still trying to sniff for pom pom. He count down the hours thinking that he could get some. And she's running out that clock. She's running circles around him. And he can't even see it.
Yeah. And then my whole thing with him and this the the alleged private eye.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you could have kept that to yourself, sir. You didn't go through with this, so why even tell her?
Mm-hmm. He can't help but shoot himself in the foot.
True.
He can't. It's and then he would like to blame others for failed relationships. To me, it seems like he causes a lot of the failures because of his lack of trust, which causes him to do things like, and then he puts it out here. This is our cult. This is the American culture. Americans don't hire well, not most. I know I don't.
Right.
I'm guilty of a Google. I'm guilty of Googling and pulling up tax records and property taxes. I'm guilty of that because that's all public domain. Your city state lists all of those records as public domain. I'm not doing nothing illegal and I'm not paying for it. But he wanted to hire a private investigator. And probably the only reason why he didn't do it was one, because it was production. Two, if it was real, he couldn't afford it. And three, there's probably nothing for her to dig up because she know how to bury it.
Right.
Sorry. I don't get. He just when he said that's part of my culture, I'm like, what? They do that out in Queens, New York? Okay. Rodney says he acts like he never dealt with a middle-aged woman. Child. Sunway, I agree with you. You need your food to smell and taste good at the same time. I agree with you, but sometimes you have to be adventurous and expand your palate. I know I try to. Americans don't hire PIs. We investigate ourselves. Yeah. The only woman he can get is an old granny. Not even granny. Granny wouldn't take him. Granny wouldn't, unless Granny was already in her coffin, but Granny wouldn't take him. He not smart enough for Granny.
No.
He's just a how much did he say he was worth? 100K? Exactly. He's not. Because probably most of that, not even most of that, I would give him about 40% of that is 401k. No, he was in the military. 40 to 50% of that is 401k, and he can't touch it.
Right.
And the rest is a lie.
Because that just, and not to be mean to him, but that just tells us that he doesn't own that house that he's staying in.
He doesn't. Well, we could tell by the chandelier over the dining room table that he ain't own that house. And remember, I told you I had a problem when he said his net worth. He said my bank accounts and investments. He didn't say assets.
Right.
Our house is an asset.
I was like, okay. Poor Riley. Who's next?
Let's do David and Sheila.
Sure.
Oh, wait. Let's just finish off with the bus with Riley and them. Do you agree with her shutting completely down? Do you think that this is the end of his vacation for her?
I mean, no, because they still have to get through a couple more scenes to get those checks. So and they're gonna play this out. I mean,
Um,
with these two, there's nothing here for me.
okay. Alrighty. So David and Sheila. Uh, I,
Okay, it was so nice that he. Okay, so she went to prison to her mom. Rest in peace. He went out to like go buy a ring. I mean, he was just like he was making his way though. I am not mad at David. He is making his way, and
but why are we trying to pretend that he was by himself when he had a whole film crew with him and a hired taxi?
I'm gonna need you. Okay, y'all, this is Debbie's fault. She just this time is Debbie's fault. Normally it's my fault for just shattering all the mirrors and just calling bullshit. But this time it's Debbie, y'all. It's Debbie. Debbie did this to y'all. I was trying to give David a feel good moment of him traveling by himself, going through, talking to the little lady like I'm trying to find a ring shop. It's this way. What kind of ring he gets. What kind of ring do you want? Is that bigger,
And
bigger,
they
small?
give him the worst shopkeeper ever who was looking at him like, you can't talk, you wasting my time. But kudos to him for getting the cheapest ring in the store, $83.
Debbie's fault, y'all. I tried. I really did.
It was just a rough viewing for me with David. Um, Everything from the taxi guy where he's saying which way is the jewelry shop, and the taxi guy going,
Right,
the taxi guy was just fed up with him because Dave was probably in the back of the car making all sorts of noises that he couldn't understand. And the nicest lady was the shopkeeper in between the taxi and the jewelry shop.
right.
Then he gets in the jewelry shop and he meets Meanie McGruff. Oof. But did you notice the security guard outside the jewelry store?
Yep.
Okay. But he came out with his ring and he took Sheila to a beach resort so that they could have some alone time. And he's planning to propose to this girl. I was impressed with David when he sat down and said, why you ain't learned sign language from before.
Mm-hmm.
But then I turned on David and I said, instead of you beating your dick off to her in every video chat, you should have been there teaching her A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So don't try to blame her. You are part of that too. Because if it was so important to you, you would have been teaching her that.
Right.
Instead
You
of,
can't.
because they found time to have video sex. That's the only reason. I was with him and then I remembered the video sex and I was just like,
Yeah, because
nope.
you can't assume that she was just gonna learn on your own. She's gonna communicate the way you guys are because that's what she's used to and what you condoned.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with that. Like he should have been like, let's practice.
Exactly. Spell dick. He could have started with that. Red, dick, all of show me, titties, ass. He could have started with all the dirty words.
Right, the things that they were into,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can move into everyday words like cat, dog,
Well, those are
apple.
sex words for us in Barbados too. Cat is your pum pum, and doggy is a man's uh, thing. So you didn't make it better, Jamal. See, I'm trying to make Jamal an honorary Barbadian. So I have to teach him all the dirty words. Oh my
Child.
God. He was communicating his hands for. Oh, Lord, Rodney.
True.
He was so. But Sheila know how to deflect. Because when he was asking, why didn't you learn it before? She was like, you want to go shower? Shower? He's like, okay. No more questions. Okay. Oh my God. David tells Sheila that she needs to learn sign language. David need to learn how to read lips. Yes.
Yes, fair. Fair,
Yep.
because we're gonna say one person needs to learn one thing, the other person does need to learn as well. That's a very fair
Agree,
point.
Sunway. Excellent point. Erica, I lost both my parents. I can't imagine getting engaged during that time. It's the weirdest thing that they're just plugging along. Right, but you got to remember her mom's death was the catalyst to revamp her plan. Because remember what she said, my mother died in poverty, and she wants better for herself and better for her kid.
Hmm.
So she's changing the plan now. And she's already got him on the hook. So she just needs to get to America cuz she doesn't want to fall through the floors either. So I think there was a lot in addition to grief, but there's also desperation and yearning for more, for better.
For better, yes,
Um
for sure.
is she doing it like if her mother hadn't have passed and this was how she was changing up her game plan, I'm sure that she would have done it a lot better. But I think the grief is kind of impacting her decision making in different ways.
Agreed.
So in my circumstance, if my mom were to pass, knock wood, no. But if something were to happen to her, I don't know how I would get back and take care of the things that I know that I have to take care of. I'm not sure if I can do that all by myself, because it will be hard. And I get what you're saying, Erica, but she's in a completely different situation to me and you. Where she is rough, and her situation is even more dire. And she has her kid. I think she would do about anything to get to a better place at this point. Because with her mother passing, what's done is done. She need to make sure she don't wind up in the same situation. Mm-mm-mm. So yeah, they are bathing in at the beach resort. This is a really nice property in comparison to the first hotel. So good on you, David, for springing for a good place this time. Who is next?
Misha and Nicola.
Or do you want to do Christian and Cleo first?
We
Were
can do
they
them
a
first.
nothing burger?
Okay. Um, I'm sorry. I do not mean to laugh. I do not mean to laugh. But
Uh-huh.
how you go just okay? And here's a red flag. Cleo, babykins, sugar
Mhm.
pie cakes. We like you. We like you.
Mhm.
But when you said that you were going to a class, it was a long class, and he said that he was going to the pub to have some pints, baby, red flag amongst the other red flag. He couldn't take his ass home and read a book, watch some Netflix, Amazon Prime. He couldn't do nothing. He had to go to the pub.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's telling.
okay. Then we go back to the house, right?
Mhm.
She's like, "Are you tipsy?" He's a little like, "No, sir, you're drunk." because because one, you look drunk because you still hella red. First of all, second of all, you're low key slurring. We can hear you. And
Mhm.
then three, you told us you were stumbling down the street. Okay, so that's drunk. Okay, that's not tipsy. That's drunk. And you out here inviting random strangers back to your girlfriend's house who you just met for Thanksgiving. Okay,
All because she was an American.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm just looking at the, I'm just looking at them. But
Wide
I
open
will,
trunk.
yes, I will say this though. I'm not going to take
Mhm.
this away from them. They
Mhm.
were real cute at the costume shop, and they both looked really good in their costume, the flapper costumes. But Cleo, you baby cakes, you lost me here because your insecurities are showing, and that just gives him more ammunition to gaslight you with. Because she's like, "Oh my god, he dressed up as a knight." I looked at him like, "How did I land this motherfucker?"
I
Just by
know.
being my worst self. I'm like, "No, don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do
Mhm.
that! Don't do that! Don't do that!" I would love Clea to have more confidence, and I know there's gonna be a struggle with her through this whole thing, and we know that. But it's just I hate to see her like like feel like she's quote unquote less than.
I did like when she told the shop assistant, my Adam's apple is bigger than his.
I holler, you have such a skinny neck. I'm like, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, and he got really offended. I'm like, well, based on my experience with English folks, Europeans generally, they're pretty blunt and they kind of just say it how it is. That's just my experience. And I'm like, I'm not sure why you got getting offended.
But a 14 collar is really skinny though. I've like the only people I've ever looked at a 14 for were teenagers in my family. Like any man's shirt I've ever bought was, I don't think, less than a 17. Unless I know all like burly men, but I don't think they're burly or large like I thought like 17 and up was like normal.
But
Unless you're like a teenager and you're dressing like we had to get a shirt for a funeral or something like that. You can try to find the smallest neck.
but but you have to think though. Look, if you look at Christian, he's kind of petite.
He it,
No,
oh, you mean like slender framed,
right?
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But 14 is like
yeah.
really small though.
But he's small though. Like he's very lean for a male. Like when you look at males as average across the board, he's kind of
Oh
lean.
my god, yes, because he
Yeah,
has the same frame
he's
as
not
as
wide.
Cleo.
Yeah,
He
he's
has
not
the
he's not
same
wide.
frame. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
and look, he's not wide. So if he's not wide through the shoulders, through the chest, he's not gonna. He would look okay. He would look real crazy with a thick ass neck and narrow shoulders. That would look real crazy. It wouldn't make any sense.
Okay. I still think it's a very small neck though. Oof.
But it fits him though. So I'm not too shocked. Well, he's like, oh, it's a 14. It's real small. Blah 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 blah. And he's not getting all offended. I'm like, dude, you're not the biggest person in the world. It's okay. Just,
Mm-mm-mm.
you just see if he were more confident, he would just tell the shopkeeper, "Oh, I know I'm very unique that way," and kept it moving. That's how you handle that.
Mm-mm-mm. See, look, Rodney said, wow, I'm a 16.5. He is small.
Yeah.
Mm, okay, now.
So okay, so to end them, there was nothing really much there outside of him inviting random strangers back to her house. What?
But she got upset by that. She was like, oh, I'm autistic.
See, okay, I'm gonna be honest with that. That her with the autistic thing, Cleo, we understand, we get it. We are the audience, we understand that. My whole thing is this: has she just said, "Why are you inviting randoms to my house?"
That's what
and,
I
and,
would have went
and,
with.
and just left it there, I could roll with her. But when she throwing the autistic thing, like, no, no.
I'd have been like, you picked up this person from where? Who are they? Did they get a police background check? We barely allowing you.
Right.
And you not saying much for Americans. Now you want to bring another one up in here? Oh my God.
And another woman too. Okay.
Exactly.
At least,
16 and
at
a
least,
half
at
is
least,
normal.
at least,
Okay.
at least it had been another man they might have shared. Never mind. Okay, let's keep it going.
You so bad.
let's,
So
let's go.
bad. All right. So now we go to Misha and Nicola. Okay.
Okay. Like Amanda, I did not think I could like anyone even less. Okay, tell me
Oh.
the truth. Tell me the truth.
Uh-huh.
Didn't his family make you like him even less? They did for me because his family was cool.
No, I think he did it all on his own with his body language. Like
No,
he was
comparing.
he was leaning away from
Right.
Misha. He was obviously lying because he's the one who has the hangups regarding virginity and being from the Holy Land. That's his thing.
But thing is, I'm
Like
saying
Mama
compare.
just wanted him out.
Right. I'm saying you compare how his family react to how he was acting. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I like Nicola, I like you even less because his brother clocked him in the talking head when he said, like, we good over here, but I think he has an issue because Misha may taint his image as a religious man. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I'm like, oh,
Because
brother
he gets
got that.
on there and he preaches that you have to have a virgin from the motherland, and now he coming up with a whole divorcee with a wide
Kids.
open kitty cat after spewing out two childrens.
And Mama was like, okay. She's like, so what? I'm like, see, and when Mama said, he's old. Um,
No,
get a
when
little
she
bit
said, "I'm so glad he got somebody before I died."
died,
And then she said, "I'm going to
right?
America."
But she said like going back to what I was saying, like she said, he's old. Basically, you have no room to be picky, is what she said. That's
He's lucky
exactly
he
what she said.
got her. Cause I think that's what they were shocked about. They was like, okay, so you're a friend. And so when they
Yes.
said a actual relationship, they was like, wait, are you are are you okay, Misha?
Hmm.
Do you need eye surgery? Do you see what's going on next to you? Have you
And then
met him?
the brother's like, engagement, oh, married, what? I hollered. I did holler because they like everyone around him is looking at her like, are you okay? Blink 3 times if you need to be
Mm-hmm.
rescued. Like I said, Wasim said from the very beginning, she's out of your league.
Mm-hmm.
You have nothing. You have nothing going for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I still go back to that because the way he's acting, he's trying to act like, oh, she's lucky to be with him. I'm like, no.
What do
Yes,
you
auntie,
mm-hmm.
yes. Nico got the hang up 1,000%. His mother's happy
Mm-hmm.
with him for sure.
And then Misha's always bringing her reporter skills to the table. I love how she never shies away from grilling him. And I thought it was so rude. She was like, I need you to translate in Arabic so that
Mhm.
everybody understands. And he's like, I don't want them in my business. Then why the fuck you brought her there? You ain't think somebody was going to ask a question? You can't even like introduce her? Like it was, oh, he was just downright insulting.
And I like his family was spot on with him. And here's why I say that is because they weren't asking her questions; they was asking him questions.
But that's who they should ask.
But they weren't letting him get away with it. Like he was trying to deflect to Misha,
Mm-hmm.
and they were gonna come up right away like, no, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm. And he's the man, though. That's his role. He's the man.
Right,
How you gonna be coming up like if my brother, when he was dating his now wife of 30 plus years, right? If they rolled up into my mama's house and his girlfriend at the time gonna say, "Oh, I'm his girl, we get married," my mother would have hit her with a pot because my mother's only looking at Roger to see, well, are you claiming? Are you
right.
claiming this? And then she gonna ask where her people from.
Right.
you know, it's just common sense. If you the man in the relationship and you're bringing her to
Hmm.
your family, you take the lead. It was just very weird. You could tell he doesn't know how to be in a relationship. He just
For
doesn't.
1,000%.
He just doesn't. He's so rude. Why does she want him? I don't know. Maybe she's used to people like treating her this way. I don't know. Maybe I still feel that they're in on the scam for his website together
Yes.
and they just want to expand it by bringing him to the states. That's
Right, and
it.
she has experience in like in media,
Mhm.
and now she's going to build up her social media. Yeah, for sure.
And who knows if she's not going to become the talking head on his website.
Exactly.
It's just
I would
very
be
weird, these
I
two.
would be very surprised if she didn't become the face of his website.
But that he's here. They had pictures of him and her at the Mall of America.
Hmm. I'm
So
not mad.
good luck to them. Um, who else? We've done them. Gino and Jasmine. Okay, so Gino. Amanda and Roz. Okay, so last but not least is these two asshats. Oh my god.
These two. These two.
Jamal, you can take the lead. God damn.
I mean, basically it's a fight about money. Uh, they were all over the place. She feels that he should pay for her lifestyle because he's taking too long with the visa, but it's not really his fault because of COVID. Everyone knows that. And she's just trying to pimp him for more money. I'm like, Jasmine, he's improved your station at every single point. At every single point at this point. You know, you've always leveled up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, now you're in the best of the best. I'm not paying 3,000 a month for an apartment. Can't we not find something in the 15 nice in the 1,500, 2,000? No, I'm like, Jasmine, you're not playing this right because what you're telling him is you can't leave there because that's where all your clients are. We understand it. You're not trying to commute.
But he shouldn't have given it to her in the first place. Because you keep on leveling her up.
True, but who? I don't think he did this time, and that's where my
He did. He gave it to her. It's a 1 month lease.
the one. Oh, this is the 1 month.
Yes, this is the 1 month lease
Got
because, and he
it.
gave it to her because he said the paperwork was supposed to come true for the visa. So this would have been her last month there. So he gave her like the really nice apartment. Now your mistake with that is that the paperwork is not coming through because did he really apply for it? I don't know.
Mm,
But once you put her in there, it's going to be hard for someone like her to take a step back.
right.
So that
She's
was
got a
Gino's
she's got a
fault from
taste
the
of it.
jump. Yep.
She's got a taste of it. Ooh.
Yep. Life behind the gates for the Americans and all the other expats. She got the key card for the access now. So you can't it's his fault for putting her in
Yeah.
there in the first place.
See, I don't know why I thought that she just found this place and was somehow paying for it for herself. I don't know why I got that in my
No,
head.
she's been moving every couple of months, but
Right.
he said that the visa was going to come true in the next month. So she was like, "Can I stay at this really nice place in my last month in
That's right.
Panama?"
Yes.
Remember?
Yes,
Yep.
you're right. Yup, he
And
did. He
and,
brought her the
and
money.
he said, "Okay," and put down for a 1 month rental. He's stupid for thinking that they weren't going to have this conversation when
Right.
the 1 month was up. It's his fault. I'm sorry. Jean, listen, she asked. There's nothing wrong with asking, but he followed through. That's his fault. He could have said no. He could have said exactly what he's saying right now. You see what I'm saying? He could have said no. Let's find some place in the $1,500 to $2,000 a month. You know, we're hoping that everything comes through in this month, but let's keep it at this level because we're gonna need to bring, have money on hand to bring you up to Michigan. That's what
Mhm.
he should have done. But instead, he gave her the $3,000 apartment, and now she wants to stay. That's his fault. Yes, they're both wrong. They're both wrong. She close to her ex also. Yep.
Mhm.
Or according to her, her current as of last month.
So right, I'm like, but we called that though. We called that one. Like
Mm-hmm.
we were like, you moved in the same apartment as your ex. And y'all, okay, fine, whatever. Like we gonna let y'all run with that. We don't believe you. We gonna let you run with it
Mm-mm-mm. So she when she said that she needs to be the most important person in his life, even before family, he goes, "Oh, but Jasmine, I think you're equal." And she's like, "What am I doing here?" It was like, boom! We've been asking that from the beginning. What
though. Right?
are we doing here?
Them two be cracking me up just for a simple fact. Like anything can be a fight. Anything can be a fight.
but it went off like a bottle rocket. Like they was sitting there and they was good, and she was like, "What are we doing here?" And then she a bitch, he's stupid. Um, um, she's like, "I'm going back to my old boyfriend." He's like, "Go ahead, whore." And she's like, "He can have sex better than you." And he's like, I knew you were a bitch." And then she's like, "And I did it with Dane last month, and I got a video. You want to see
What's
it?" And
the?
I was like, "Yes,
I was like, what?
roll the beautiful bean footage. Bring it up. Yes, we want to
How
see."
is when she said we have a video? Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it? It's from a month ago. I was like,
And calling Dane name and everything.
right.
I was like, "Girl." And that's a new menu item. One of her latest videos for her fans page. Wouldn't it be funny if Dane is the person who is like the administrator for her page?
But I said that
Mm-mm.
he get a 10% cut.
Oh my god. Um, let's see. Hold on. The video must be on fans that Jasmine have. I hope so. I hope so. They both cut each other to the bone. They do. They do. But that's under menu item amateur videos.
What?
So
Jasmine, you know one thing about Jasmine, she's gonna keep her hair up. That's 3K. That's 3K every couple months. She gonna keep that up.
or move into Dane's place. That might be the solution. So I don't know. This was a whole entire mess. It escalated so quickly, but I mean it was beautiful because it was in a confessional. It wasn't even in like a regular filming shot. Like production, like they've surpassed production. Because
Right.
I'm sure that production was there asking them questions, da 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 da, and had no clue that this was gonna go off like a bottle rocket. Give him a bonus. Give them a bonus. It was beautiful. I loved it. But yeah, I think we've gone through everybody, have we?
Yes, we have.
Anything else with Gino and Jasmine? Do you think that this is it for them?
Nah.
What?
Mm-mm.
You really think that
Cause
there's more?
yes, because he needs to confront Dane about the sex tape. We need to see that. We deserve that with these two.
I don't think I think they might save that for the reunion. Dane is not coming back to Panama City until Gino goes bye-bye.
You think?
Self-preservation. He's a pretty boy. He ain't getting involved in that. I would see him coming up on a video monitor at the tell-all. Live from Australia.
I got you.
I don't know. I don't know. They're a mess though, but this was a whole this episode was pretty good. I will give them that. This episode was pretty good. Looking forward to next week. Um does it seem like some of these stories are wrapping up? I hope so. Anyway, y'all, this was the episode 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 6, Episode 13, Modern Romance. Oh my gosh. We've got 14 viewers and 10 likes. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, y'all. Leave your comments below. Live chatters, you've been awesome today. Thank you to the new subs. Welcome, welcome to the tribe. And Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, we're good to go.
All right. Does everyone believe she's seeing Dane? Um, Auntie, I feel like if anything, she's in a business relationship with Dane. Nothing more. And that can be taken in a wide variety of ways. What's your thoughts, Jamal?
I think it's both. I think he I think they're in business together, but when she's in between men, he helps her out.
Well, when I say business relationship, I think that she's for hire.
No, I think he's
Mm.
I think he's like a oh, I don't want to say a wrangler because that's just wrong. I mean, I think he owns part of the OnlyFans. I think he's the one.
Mhm.
This is just my opinion.
Oh, he's
I
a
think
benefactor.
I think he's more an investor. Like for example, he's the one
Mhm.
probably paying for the apartment to write off on his taxes. I think he probably buys her any costumes she might need, stuff like that. He's an investor, and for his
Mm.
investment, he gets a percentage of her proceeds from her OnlyFans, for any business that she does.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it makes sense because he's a businessman. He strikes me as a businessman, and let's be honest, she's a pretty woman. You know, she will do what she got to do for the coin, and you know she probably does very well on her social media platforms. So I'm not mad at it because she's probably monetized on IG. We know she's got the OnlyFans. If she's on TikTok, she's probably monetized there. So if he's smart, he has his hands in all of Jasmine's social media because he would get a cut of each platform.
I wonder what he's doing in Panama. Like if he's working in Panama. That's what I wonder. What she's doing when she comes to the States, same thing
Same
she's doing
same
now.
thing.
That's the beauty of working in the social media platform. You
Right,
can work from anywhere. Um so and if she's smart, she would leave her registry in Panama and get paid in Panama because I
right,
don't think there's taxes.
right. And then you know, come to the United States, you know, she might gain private clientele who will fly her wherever she needs to be.
Cayman. That's the closest tax-free haven, Cayman.
Just saying.
Yep. Butterfield's Bank. They're good. Anyhow, stop giving free promotions here. So let's get out of here because we're already late for Sister Wives. Give us a few minutes to switch over backgrounds and stuff, and we will be right back up for Sister Wives episode 2. I'm not sure if cocktails is on tonight because I haven't checked my messages from Heidi, but I'll check that. Hopefully, I'll know more by the time we come back for Sister Wives. All right, y'all. Until next time.
Yep.
Bye.